There we go. Now we're talking. Now we're talking, and it looks like we're in a live studio audience. Okay, let's start again. Cut. Play the intro. Hi guys, welcome back to episode 6, I believe, of a reminder to myself first and then others. Hi, if you're new here, my name is Misi and I talk about absolute jack shit, but sometimes we cry, sometimes we laugh, sometimes we joke, sometimes we have midlife crises, sometimes I'm an open book, I'm a self-help book, other times I'm asking for advice and asking for help, SOS. Yeah, that's what I thought. Go back to sleep. How's everybody's week been? It's been a week since I last uploaded. You know what? Let's break down and talk about the last the last episode. Thank God. If it ever reaches more than 100 views, I think I might actually delete it. Oh, sorry if I'm tapping the camera, by the way. If I'm tapping the camera a lot, it's because I'm using the, what's this camera called? The Insta360 Go Ultra, and I realized it's been sat in my cupboard after paying it off with flipping Klarna. So expensive. But I was like, I need a camera for the videos that I'm gonna upload when the weather gets better. Never used it, and I was like, let me pull it out, like put it out, use it. I was gonna use it for reading 7 books in 7 days video. Died on the train. It died. I didn't even check that it was charged. It literally died. Where's the view lens there? So sorry if I keep tapping the screen. Guys, last episode I was really going through it. Clearly you can tell my depressive episode has like died down a little bit. I took some time off. I didn't really talk too much. I kind of feel like I repeated myself twice in the first clip, and then in the second clip, which was me at literally uni breaking down, that was, I kind of just repeated myself twice. So yeah, but I was really going through it, and I just, everybody has bad days and good days, but I took the rest of the week off, and it's okay because I don't have that much to catch up on. And I took my time. I took myself out on a solo day. The other day I took myself out to the cinema to watch Send Help. Guys, Send Help. I was, as soon as I walked out, I was like, Dylan O'Brien and Rachel McAdams are the type of actor and actresses that like have been in the game so long that you can just tell that they don't even need any help. You could tell that they wouldn't even need a script. Like, it comes so, acting as like different type of characters come so naturally to them. As far as I know, they're not problematic. As far as I know, they're not Trump supporters, ICE supporters, or Zayos. I do believe Dylan O'Brien is not a Zayo. I'm not sure. Maybe he is. I'm thinking of somebody else. I don't know. But hopefully he's not. I watched the movie. Guys, honestly, incredible. Honestly, it's been so long since I have enjoyed a movie in such a long time. You guys know I'm a big K-drama fanatic, K-movie fanatic, like big movie literature type fanatics. I love reviewing stuff. I love like watching stuff like that. I'm not gonna watch Wuthering Heights though. That's one thing I'm not gonna watch. If there's an older movie, I might watch that because I'm really interested to know what the plot is about, because I'm not a big fan of Margot Robbie anymore, and I'm not a big fan of that white boy from Euphoria because he can't act, and he also gives me so performative vibes, such performative energy. Timothy him and Timothy Chalamet give me such performative energy. I can't even like express it enough. But Send Help. Send Help was incredible. Basically, if you don't know, yeah, I really recommend watching it in cinemas instead of listening to me rant about it. But if you want spoilers, here I go. Basically, what happens is that there's this woman who works with this boss. Dylan O'Brien is the boss, and then she's like the employee, and she's supposed to get promoted, but she doesn't. She kind of sucks. She's kind of like a weirdo who lives with her bird and like a divorcee and stuff like that. She's kind of weird, she's kind of like a loser. They end up going onto a meeting on a plane in Bangkok. Plane like blows up, breaks down, turbulence, everything. Those two get stranded on like an island. They basically get stranded on an island, and then it goes on from there. Their acting skills, their acting skills are so good. Nobody's talking about how good their acting skills were in this movie. I feel like this movie is just not being talked about enough. It came out last week. I haven't had a peep about it. I haven't heard anything about it. I literally was like, I'm in the mood to watch a movie in the cinema. I found the trailer and I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna watch this. And it was such a good movie. It was so enjoyable. I haven't watched a film, and I'm not good at watching films. I would rather watch a show or TikTok than a film, because to me films are so like, my ADHD and my brain rot brain that hasn't focused on anything since 2005 is like not good at watching movies and sitting in one place. Unless it's Coco. You guys know I'm a ride or die for Coco. Coco makes me cry. Coco is the only movie that will ever make me cry, it will ever break down. If there's a scene, and if I was an actor, and they were like, you need to cry on scene, you need to cry on command, what's the one thing that makes you cry? I'd be like, play Coco. Play Coco right now. Send Help was absolutely incredible. I loved it so much. I love Dylan O'Brien. Every time, like, because he's kind of like a really mean boss and he's kind of crazy and he's kind of like psycho. But I was in the cinema, like, sat there and I was like, okay, like, okay, but like, it's Dylan O'Brien though. Like, you don't get it. Like, it's Dylan O'Brien. Like, I caught myself saying that so many times. So many times. I was like, oh, but like, it's Dylan O'Brien though, you know what I mean? Because it's like Dylan O'Brien, like it's Dylan O'Brien. Like I've been busy, guys. I've been really busy because I decided to redo the shit that went down last week and just take it easy again. I went every single day to my lecture. Be proud. Can I get a round of applause, please? Thank you. I went every single day. I haven't skipped a day since last week. I've only skipped the first lecture today, but I'm going. Look, I literally got ready, did my makeup. I'm going today. I'm going today. I don't know if you guys can see me clearly because, like I said before, I'm trying the Insta 360 Go Ultra camera. Apparently, it's supposed to be really good, and it's good for outside vlogging. It's good for vlogging because it's so tiny and compact. On the video frame, it looks a bit blurry, and that's what concerns me the most. Is that I want my video quality to be really good, so that when it looks blurry, it concerns me. But hopefully it looks decent enough. But yeah, the hair is out, guys. The piercings, I need to change my piercings. Also, I'm really thinking about, my sister came into the room and she was like, oh, I really want to get the bar piercing. Like, I can't remember what it's called. It's like that bar piercing that goes straight through the ear. And she was like, I really want to get that. And I was like, oh my god, T, shall I get the bar piercing? And she was like, no, I want to get it. And I was like, wait, what ear should I get it on? I'm really tempted. I think I would obviously do it on this ear because I already have a piercing up here. I don't know if you can see that. I already have a piercing here of just one, but here I don't have any. But I don't know if my ear is like, my ears are really small and they concern me, so I don't know if a bar would go through. But I did find a place close by, and I do kind of low-key want to go there and ask them, can I get it done? Because I think it would be really cool. I asked a friend and she was like, no, they're kind of chavvy and trampy, and I was like, oh. And then that put me off. But then I was like, you can get ones with like different designs on them, with like different pendants on them. I just thought it would look cool. You know what I mean? Because I want to upgrade myself and I'm bored and I already pierced my ears so many times. Anyways, we're getting distracted. Hi, hello. How is everybody's week? How is everybody doing? How are you doing? That's amazing. Oh, that's so crazy. Guys, guess what? Guess who started their period? Me. I started my period, which means, guess what else is going to happen? I'm going to have my period towards the end of Ramadan. And speaking of Ramadan, today we are talking about Ramadan. Yeah, today's topic, as you can tell from the title, is obviously going to be about Ramadan. Lord have mercy on my soul and everybody else's soul on this planet Earth, because it hurts. It hurts. And commuting and traveling whilst being on your period just sucks. The only good thing is that I don't have to catch up on prayers when I come home because I'm exhausted. And usually I have to come home and literally read Zohar, Asr, Maghrib, and Isha all together before I go to bed, because I literally miss all of them because I'm literally commuting and walking around and there's nowhere for me to pray and there's no time either. Hopefully, when the time changes, it will be easier for me. I'm thinking in Ramadan, I'm telling myself I'm going to push myself and try and attend as much as I can. Realistically, though, I'm going to try and attend the ones that are before 4 p.m. If they are after 4 p.m., I'm not going. Or, yeah, before 4 p.m., so that at least it's okay if I open it on the train. You know what I mean? But apparently, I made some friends yesterday, guys. I don't know if they're friends, but they were really sweet to me. Like, we had to be in groups, guys. We have two group presentations. Two group presentations. One, thank God, is on a video, so it won't be that much. The second one, I do believe we have to stand up in front of everybody, and oh my god, the class that I'm in, I feel so judgmental in it. I do not feel safe. I do not feel secure. I do not feel comfortable. If they were all girls, I think I would be okay. But guys, boys are scary. Boys are scary, and they're honestly, it's not even that they're scary. They're so judgmental, and I know I shouldn't be afraid of being judged because I'm literally putting myself on camera to be judged. But I don't know, there's something about it just scares me. I have anxiety, so we know I'm going to be popping like 3 ashwagandha pills before that. But I have two group presentations, and I didn't join last week, as we know, because So I sat there literally for like 10 minutes, and she was like, get in groups, and like figure out who you want your group to be. And I sat there and I was like, I don't know. I don't know. I don't have a group. And then the people next to me made a group. The other people next to me had a group already. And then these two girls literally like called my name from behind, and they're like, "Oh, like, do you want to join our group?" And I was like, "Yes, please." Yes, please. And then we basically hung out like the rest of the day, because we had some of us had the same seminars and stuff, and we dropped each other off and stuff. And they're so sweet. They're honestly so beautiful and so nice and so sweet. But yeah, I'm glad I'm not gonna be as lonely. My friend was right. If you're listening to this, yes, you were right. Or you just need to attend every day. You need to get more comfortable with seeing people and let people be like see you, because like you didn't show up last semester, and that's probably why you feel that way. And she was right, whatever, like I'm showing up, and it works. It works and it makes sense. Okay, I don't want to, I don't, okay, she was right. Okay, leave it like that. Means in Ramadan I don't think I'm gonna start showing up as much. You can tell me, oh yeah, like do wuzu at home and then go and then just pray there, or do wuzu there. Guys, I can't keep my wuzu in. I don't know. I can't keep it. My body knows that I've done wuzu and I'm about to pray, and every gas particle inside of me suddenly wants to erupt. Every ounce of H2O inside of me suddenly wants to come out. Everything, everything. And I'm holding it, and I'm holding it. And I used to be. Somebody tell me, is this a sign of diabetes? Somebody smart tell me, because maybe I'm pre-diabetic. God forbid. But like maybe I'm. Why did I just do that? Why the hell did I just do that? I meant to go like this. God forbid. I used to be so good at holding my pee in. I can't hold it in anymore. I can't hold it longer than 60 seconds. I can't. The normal average amount of person that can hold their pee in can usually hold it in for like max like 5 minutes. I can't do that anymore. I don't know what's wrong with me. I feel like a senior citizen. And what else? I'm so dehydrated all the time, but I'm always been dehydrated. What? I literally forgot the other thing. That I'm not hungry anymore. I'm not hungry anymore. I used to eat. I love some of the Gaga songs. What the fuck does she know about cameras? I can't eat anymore. I actually can't eat anymore. I order food and I can't finish it. And I know I'm not trying to sound pick me, okay? I'm not. I swear I'm not trying to sound pick me. I'm petite. I'm petite. No, I'm a fatty. I'm a fatty. I eat. I'm a meat eater. I love chicken. I love everything. My family knows. My dad mocks me for being a meat eater. One time we were so broke that we didn't have like we weren't able to afford like chicken or meat for like 2-3 weeks. I literally started crying. I literally started crying to my mom. I was like, "Mama, like we haven't had chicken in so long, and I don't think I can survive. Like I need my chicken, like I need meat. Like every time I order momo or dumplings, or like if there's an option for halal meat or vegetables, I'm gonna go for the meat option. I never go for vegetables, because knowing that something is supposed to have meat inside of it, don't it even gets me pissed off. Knowing that something like a dumpling is supposed to have meat inside of it, that's quite literally what it's made for, and then you put flipping vegetables in it. No, I don't want that. I don't want that. I don't want your mashed peas. I don't want that. I don't want that. I want meat. I want meat. But yeah, I'm such a meat eater and stuff like that. I'm a biggie. I love to eat, and I have been able to finish a whole big bowl of pho. But usually when I order food and I'm sitting down and I eat, I get tired. Like I get full after 3 bites, and I don't know what that's about. And it's scaring me, because I don't want to be that type of person that's not being able to finish food. Because number one, you're like wasting food. Although I give it to the rats downstairs and they eat it. Or number two, like I don't know, eat. Like, what do you mean? And then I'm not hungry anymore. And I'm not saying this in like an anorexic, bulimic, or like concerning kind of way, but like I don't know what's wrong with me. And I've noticed that the past couple of months. And I don't know what's going on. And it's quite concerning with my body. Because I'm still fat. Like, I haven't lost weight. I haven't put on weight either. Well, actually, have I? No. But I feel like I have. I think my body is the same, but I haven't lost weight or put on weight. But I'm not feeling hungry anymore. I can't hold my pee. Oh my god, I'm a senior citizen. It's because I'm turning 22, isn't it? It's because I'm turning 22. I'm basically 45. Speaking of prayers and goals, what is everybody's goals for this Ramadan? Ramadan is approaching. It is literally next week. Today is the 13th of February as I'm recording this, and it's very close. And the Lord Himself knows how bad I need Ramadan. I need the air, because I don't care what anybody says. the air feels different. The air and the oxygen feels different. Suddenly it smells like ruabza, it smells like Rubicon mango juice, it smells like deep fried samosas and vegetable and not vegetables, samosas and spring rolls. Like it smells like leftover food, it smells like sahri. Like don't even come to me or you can't smell like the air, the oxygen, the vibes are different in Ramadan. And God knows how much I need it because honestly, as we know, I have been struggling with my religion, I have been struggling with my deen. I haven't been doing good this year. Not even this year, I think ever since last Ramadan. I've been flopping, I've been really bad, I've been listening to music, I've been not really praying properly and paying attention to my prayers, like I've been shortening them and like I've been really struggling. So I think my goals for this Ramadan is to do the basics. It's to do the basics and go back to the basics because I've actually strayed so far away. It's to read all my namazes properly. Properly. Not missing anything, not shortening anything, and not rushing anything. I don't care. We are locking in and we are waking up for Fajr every single day. And we are reading the Tahajjud every single day. We're gonna read all our Taraweehs and we're gonna open the Quran and we are I don't know if I can finish the Quran. I will try, but obviously we get our periods in between, so it's kind of difficult. Read the Quran. I can't remember the last time I opened it. And I know people are like, don't admit your sins on camera, don't tell people your sins. No, I like to be relatable and I like to be truthful. And I know that this is a non-judgmental zone. Actually, oh my god, from the title of this video, we might get like those TikTok sheikhs and we might get like judgmental Muslims. Everybody relax. Before I get into it, everybody relax. Me, 30 minutes already into it. Everybody relax. Before I get into the topic for today, everybody take a deep breath. Haram, please. Relax. TikTok sheikhs, relax. The men, relax. Babe, we love you. We love everybody. We love everybody here. Okay? We don't love. I hate everybody equally. I don't pick and choose. Okay? But no judgment. This is a judgment-free zone. If you're gonna say something, say it with respect. Say it nicely. And let's everybody calm down. Everybody calm. Everybody calm down. Okay? Right, everybody. If you announce that you're Muslim on TikTok, or people know that you're a Muslim TikToker, or like the concept of Muslim and TikToker being in the same phrase, like if you announce that you're Muslim on the internet, people treat you so much different, and it's your own people, it's the own Muslim community that treat you so differently and so harshly. So let's just relax. That's why I don't like making Muslim type of videos anymore, or Islamic type videos, because I feel like people are just so judgy and people take it the wrong way and people don't understand and people are very close-minded. But anyways, we're going to talk about it today because I'm going to talk about a lot of stuff this Ramadan, like a lot. I have a lot of topics planned, inshallah, by the will of Allah. So hopefully I'll be able to talk about that. But yeah, my goals is literally just to go back to the basics because my mental health and this dunya absolutely destroyed me since last Ramadan. The dunya won, shaitan won, and he's been winning for a long time actually. And I need to get back on my game. And I need to get back onto the basics because I feel like I've lost the basics. I've lost the fundamental. We've lost ancient texts. Literally, by the way, because have we seen what Epstein had? Can we talk about Epstein for a second? Epstein, whatever the fuck. He doesn't deserve any sort of respect on his freaking name. But that guy, that Arab guy from some Arab thing, flipping sent him the what's it called, it's like that rug from the Kaaba, like the actual rug is like this black rug, is really important, and they gave it to him and he put it on the floor and it's just a picture of him putting on. Why are we actually losing ancient texts? Why are we losing ancient texts and giving it to white people? Why are we giving it to white people? Why are we doing that then? Why are we doing that? Sometimes I think, oh my god, I'm actually gonna go into the depths of hell for the sins that I've committed and like for the things that I've done, and I've not been a good person, and I'm actually going to literally. Sometimes we get so in our heads and we're like, oh my god, we're gonna literally go into the depth of the worst place in hell. And then I take a step back and I'm like, wait, people like Epstein exist. People like Trump exists. People like Tories exist. Hold on. I think I'm good actually. But I do feel like we've lost ancient texts in the sense that we kind of have lost meaning in what Ramadan is actually about. And it's not about food, and it's not about women getting in the flipping kitchen and flipping cooking 5-star 5-course meals for your fat ass husbands to sit there and eat. You know what I mean? For these fat ass men. Just because they're bigger, they apparently need to eat more. Like, shush, actually make your own food. How about that? Like, where does it say Ramadan is literally about getting in the kitchen and making your women suffer and cook so much? Like 5 hours before Ramadan. My mom used to literally, mums literally keep their fasts, go to work, come home, and then they would literally clean the whole house. And then they would literally like, and it's just like real life case studies. Women actually do this. I've seen my mom do this. She would literally be late for Asr because iftari was soon and she needed to cook like so much food for my fat ass dad who was ungrateful. Like literally cooking so much for everybody, and then like nobody even saying, oh, it tastes good or it doesn't taste good and stuff like that. Like, is it even worth it? I'm too petty. I'm too greedy and petty and like stubborn to move the way our mothers have moved, and I feel like a lot of brown girls feel that way, that we wouldn't do the same that our mothers have done. And I feel like that's a good thing, because you would not catch me in the kitchen for 5 hours, 5 hours before iftari, prepping and cooking and doing all of this stuff, making myself miss Asr or read Asr like 10 minutes before because we're just so busy, nobody's helping us, and like, well, there's so much to cook, and every fat ass guy wants this, and this, and this, and this, and the sons are flipping useless, and they're sat on it also doing absolutely nothing. And I see you lot making TikToks. Oh, my only, so funny. My only job this Ramadan is saying that iftari is in 5 minutes. Flipping, get your flipping ass up. Get in that damn kitchen and help your mother. Help your mother. Anyways, sorry. Something about the topic of men just really, it really gets me irked up. Something about mentioning men around me, you can't, because I literally like want to vomit. So disgusting. What was I even talking about? Let's talk about the romanticization of Ramadan. The concept that we have romanticized Ramadan. Everybody talks about in recent years how we have literally, I say we, a lot of people, a lot of influencers actually romanticized Ramadan. Loki, we have romanticized the hijab too, but I don't want to talk about the hijab because I don't wear it anymore. So I don't want to talk about it because then people are like, oh, but you don't even wear it anymore. So why are you talking about it? So I'm going to stay in my lane. I'm going to stay in my lane unless you guys want me to talk about it. We've romanticized a lot of parts of Islam as young people, and I don't think people understand, like the TikTok sheikhs and the podcast bros, I don't think they fully grasp the context that it's really not, it's not that serious, and it's not as bad as like people make it out to seem. Or you, people are like, if you don't understand, yeah, romanticizing Ramadan is basically coming from these TikTok influencers and these Instagram influencers and these YouTubers who put up the little bonnet decorations, little bouncy decorations. They put up little flower pots and little Timu decorations from Shein or something, little lights. They'll put up lights, moonlights and stuff like that on their staircase, and like they'll bake treats and they'll do stuff and they'll set the table and they'll buy new tables and stuff like that. Low-key consumerism. Low-key consumerism, right? Because that time of the month comes and everybody, it's kind of like, basically they've basically turned it into the Christmas of Ramadan. The concept that our Ramadan for us is Christmas. We bring out the lights, we bring out the decorations, we bring out like we even have Eid calendars, like countdown. Oh my god, my hair's falling out. We literally have countdown to Eid now, calendars like that with chocolate fills inside of it. Like, basically, over the years, due to TikTok and Instagram influencing, Ramadan actually has become increasingly romanticized and kind of commercialized. I really wanted to talk about this because I found it so interesting and I've noticed it so much. But there really are two sides to every story. The first side is that yes, it is overconsumption cool, and it is not necessary, and you don't have to do it. And it comes to a point where it's like everything is like so over romanticized and da da da. Actually, you know what? I was gonna sit here and try and argue the other side. The only other side I have is if you're doing too much and you're wasting so much money every year, then you're being an overconsumption. And Islam isn't really about overconsumption. It's also not about, Ramadan is not about like buying stuff and buying and having so much food and cooking so much food and buying so much food and buying so much decoration and buying new stuff. No, it's about spending less actually. It's about less. It's about doing less instead of more. So we're out here doing more for the cameras. What the fact does she know about cameras? I love some of the Gaga songs. The fact that she know about cameras. You know what I mean? Like, we're doing more for the cameras. and we're not doing enough for us because like we're setting up the camera and then we're showing ourselves decorating for this and doing that and doing this and doing that. It's basically overconsumption core, but we're actually supposed to be doing less. We're actually supposed to stop spending money and instead give it to charity. Actually, we're supposed to not eat that much. Like we're literally fasting. We're not supposed to be eating. We're not supposed to be thinking about food, even though a lot of us are just human, and I also just most of the time think about food. Um, but we're not supposed to be thinking about food, you know what I mean? It's supposed to be thinking about the poor people, the people who are poorer than us, who have less than us, who cannot afford to buy basic food and stuff like that. No matter how much you're struggling, there is always somebody out there who is going through so much more worse things than you. You know what I mean? That's what Ramadan is kind of about. It's kind of about being selfless and being grateful and being more empathetic and sympathetic and understanding where other Muslims are coming from and other people are struggling from. Not even necessarily Muslims, just broker people out there who are literally going through horrible things in the world right now, and that's their day-to-day life. And we're here so privileged, and we're sat here like complaining about, oh, there's nothing to eat, and oh, and oh, we're hungry, and it like it's supposed to be about not complaining about I'm hungry and all I can think about is going home and eating, and oh my god, we should buy this and we should buy this food and we should eat out and do this food. And it's not even about going out to eat and breaking your iftari outside. I do find that concept weird. One time, no hate, one time, me and my siblings, we did go and outside decide to like go to a restaurant and break our iftari like in a restaurant. Looking back now, would I do that again? Absolutely not, no. I just find the concept weird. Going out to a fancy restaurant and eating luxurious food after breaking your fast, and I don't know, I just found it weird. And my mom and dad were complaining, I hate to side with them, but the only time you'll catch me siding with my dad. But it was a little bit weird. Looking back now, before I was like, oh, it's never that serious, it's not that deep, and we should be able to eat what we want. We were also kids, so it wasn't, we were quite young, so it wasn't that bad. But like, it's just weird, like going out to restaurants and stuff like that, and ordering takeaway is fine, especially if you have nothing to eat. But if nobody's made anything, like fancy restaurants and dressing up and doing stuff like that, like that's not what Ramadan is about, right? So it's kind of basically people complaining that it's overconsumption core, which I understand, but also I do believe that most of it stems from trauma. Like us romanticizing Ramadan and Eid and any sort of celebration or any sort of big event we have in our religion stems from trauma. Why? Because growing up, majority of us, and I'm talking about mostly us, like immigrant families, us brown people, toxic families, broken families, like, you know, families that don't necessarily get along, or like, you know, things like that. We grew up in a toxic environment and stuff like that, like broken families and stuff. Growing up, Ramadan was something that was so depressing and so solemn and so lonely and so sad and so just like, oh, like it's like, oh, everybody is eating with their families at the dinner table and everybody's opening their fast together, and like everybody's so quiet and nice to each other. If you grow up in a toxic household, if you grow up in like low-key abusive household, if you grow up in a brown household, you know what it's like opening your fast at iftari time. You know what Ramadans are like. Ramadans are usually fights, arguments, people not being able to hold their anger, and people getting frustrated the closer we get to iftari. Like, my dad is so freaking loud. He is so freaking loud. He is so freaking loud to the point that if I had three wishes from a genie, one wish would simply be dedicated for him removing his tonsils or his voice box completely, because I can't stand the sound of that man's voice. But growing up, and honestly in recent years too, when TikTok became a thing and people started posting on TikTok, look how we spend Ramadan and look how we all sit together and open our fast together, for broken families and toxic families and people who are just so alone during Ramadan and who don't have that like perfect nuclear Islamic family. Yeah, we sit there and we're like, oh, look at this person, like they have so much food, they have such better food than us, and they eat so much better than us, and they all sit on the table together and they all chill together and they all open their fast together and they all do sahri together and they all do this and that, this and that, this and that, and they're doing this and they're decorating and they're doing this. And it makes other people, I think it makes us feel more lonely. Like, it makes us feel genuinely more lonely. Like, me and my family, we don't eat food together on the table. Like, we don't. I can't remember the last time we actually did that. I don't even think we ever will. ever again, to be honest. I don't think we ever will. Like, we don't do that. We barely talk to each other. Like, it's just a toxic household, it's a toxic environment. Ramadan can be so lonely for people like that. And then you go online and you see other people boasting about, oh, we have this and we have that and we do this and we do that. And it's just like, what does, like, you're unintentionally knowing that you're making other Muslims feel bad and you're making them feel sad. But growing up, it was basically like, so Ramadan was so solemn and so toxic and so serious, and that's a lot. Like, that's a lot of things about Islam growing up, is that for children like us, it was always so serious and so bad and so like, oh, like Islam and like religion and like and don't sin and and then and then it's like you grow up and you look at other people's families, and it's like, oh, you guys actually, like, you guys joke, like, you guys are smiling together and laughing together, and like you're sitting at the table and breaking your iftari together, like you're eating sehri together, like what, like that, the concept of families actually getting along and like being normal and like having connections during Ramadan. But also, our parents didn't let us romanticize anything, any part of our lives. They didn't let us enjoy Islam. That's where I think that it stems from, is that they didn't let us enjoy Islam the way Christians can enjoy being Christianity. Oh my god, why did I forget? Why did I forget? You know, the other day, not the other day, literally yesterday, one of my friends told me, oh, I'm Mauritian. And I was like, what's the country again? And she was like, Mauritius. And I was like, oh my god, that's it, Mauritius. Why am I actually getting dumber? I'm actually getting more stupider. No, hold on, let me fix my crown. No, Christianity. Because Christians can actually enjoy Christianity. They can see it as something light, as something fluffy, as something that's like loving and kind and merciful, right? But with Islam growing up, it was so like almost like follow the straight line. And if you sin, you're out. That's it, you're out. You're out. You're done forever. God is never gonna forgive you. Like growing up, our parents would always say, don't anger your parents, or don't make your parents fight, or don't fight with your parents, or don't do this, or don't disrespect them, because God is going to be angry with you. My dad said this all the time. God is going to be angry with you, and then you're doing a big sin, and then he's not going to forgive you, and he's just going to be angry at you. And it's like, don't sin, don't sin, don't sin, don't sin. That's what we get told growing up. Not anything else about Islam, except everything is bad, everything is wrong, everything is toxic, and don't do it. And then it's like, okay, but like, what do you do once you've done it? Because I'm a human being and this life is a test, and we are going to commit sin. This is quite literally the whole point of being here on this earth, is to go through tests. And you're not going to pass every test. You're not going to go through every test and you're not going to pass it. You're not going to complete it like you're not going to win every test. You know what I mean? You're going to fall back down so many times. You're going to sin. People sin all the freaking time. Muslims sin all the time. There's no Muslim out there who is sin free. Unless they are a newborn baby, there is no Muslim out there who is sin free since the day that they were born. Like, that just doesn't make sense. That concept shouldn't even exist. But growing up, that's what we're taught. Don't sin or you go to hell. But it's like, what do you do once you've sinned? Oh, I've sinned, I'm going to hell, and now I might as well keep sinning, because what's the point? Now it's decided that I'm gonna go to hell, and that's all that I've been told by my dad, is that I'm gonna go to hell now that I've sinned, and that's it, game over. Like, that's it, it's done. Like, what's the point of even getting back up or doing anything to fix it? No, you've sinned. That's okay. Repent, ask for forgiveness. God is also merciful. Just as much as he is just, he is also merciful. Yeah? He can be just, but he is also merciful and forgiving and loving and kind and generous and understanding. God is also understanding, bro. I would die on this hill. Growing up, we just weren't taught Islam properly, and that's where many of our problems come from, especially from South Asian communities. Like, we get taught culture more than we get taught Islam. Don't sin, don't sin, don't do this, don't do this. Okay, I've sinned. Now what? Now tell me what to do. No, oh, but I don't even want to tell you that I've sinned, because now all you're going to do is hate me and judge me for that sin and tell me that I'm a bad, horrible person and God's angry with me. Okay, so tell me how to not make God angry at me. Actually help me and tell me, what do I do to make God not to be angry at me, and to make God actually understand where I came from, and I messed up and I slipped and I made this mistake, and now I need to repent and I need to do this. I learned about the concept of forgiveness and the concept of mercy and the concept of God being merciful from the internet. I have gotten most of my Islamic education from the internet more than I've gotten from my parents. And I know for a fact that many other brown Muslim young people can relate to that, or just young Muslim people growing up in the West with immigrant parents or toxic parents can relate to that. Because I didn't know that God was merciful. I didn't know the concept of mercy and doing istighfar and asking for forgiveness. I didn't know that the Prophet ﷺ would literally ask for forgiveness. The Prophet ﷺ would sit there and ask for forgiveness. He would do istighfar. The Prophet. The Prophet would literally do istighfar. So who am I to not do istighfar every day? Who am I who is nowhere near that level and never, ever, 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 ever will be to have the audacity and the sheer caucasity to not do istighfar? I don't know. I didn't know about so many stories, about so many concepts, about so many things that are so vital to know as a Muslim, and growing up and being a teenager in the West and then going through puberty and just becoming a woman and going through girlhood and going through relationships and friendships and all of this kind of stuff, just being a young person in the UK or in the West, like, and being a Muslim, it's kind of hard to balance and we kind of get it mistaken, and our parents are not helpful in that sort of way. And that's what I'm trying to say, is that growing up, Islam is seen as such a negative, like, overbearing, overpowerful thing. Just don't sin and don't do this and sit there and don't do that. And then culture gets mixed into it as well, like all the cultural aspects of sit there and be quiet, you're a woman, cook clean and do this and that and this and that, and don't do this and don't do that and don't do this. And then it's like, oh well, now actually Ramadan, I don't like it because it's boring, or I don't like it because it's boring and it's depressing and it's so solemnly and we have to be so da, 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 da. But it's like the romanticization of Ramadan, I feel like it literally comes from just people not wanting to see religion as such a sad thing and such a bad thing and such a strict, toxic thing. Like, if a girl, oh, hello, if a girl wants to literally put lights up on for her kids to celebrate Ramadan and make it less, like, scary or less daunting or make it more exciting, then so be it. If a girl wants to put lights on, if a girl wants to get a calendar or a countdown until Eid, so be it. So be it. If somebody wants to make Ramadan fun and exciting, not even just for their kids, for themselves, so be it. The amount of people that grow up in toxic environments, who start to hate Islam, who start to hate religion, who start to find religion like dull and boring and aggressive, and you can say, oh, it doesn't matter if you find that religion is religion and you have to follow it. Obviously, you stupid idiot, but also we are human beings who have desires and wants and needs and passions and feelings. We have emotions. Like, I don't want Ramadan to be boring. I don't want Ramadan to be, ugh, oh my god, so depressing. No, if I want to put lights on to get into the spirit, I can put lights on. If I want to get a calendar, I can get a calendar for the countdown until Eid. What is so bad about that? Genuinely, what is so bad about being excited about religion? We only get so much religious, like, celebrations in Islam. Okay, we barely get any religious celebrations in Islam. We have Ramadan, and then we have Eids. Okay, that's it. And then we have like Islamic months, but those aren't really like celebration-y type things. Like, does that make sense? Like, they're different. We have Ramadan, and then we have Eid. We only get so much. We only get so much. So if I wanna celebrate it, and I wanna make it nice, and I wanna make it comforting, and I wanna make it get into the spirit where I wanna put lights up and it's beautiful, and it's Ramadan, and like I wanna bring my like my Islamic decorations. I wanna put my Quran here and my little countdown to Eid here and my little lights here. Like, if I wanna do that, let me do that. Why do we have to see Islam so negatively? Like, why do we have to see our religion as something so, like, it is serious, like, obviously it's serious, but something so, like, constricted and burdened and tight and, like, you know what I mean? Like, if we want to make it a bit lighter, because it makes us feel better and it makes us feel like we want to celebrate Ramadan, we want to fast, and we want to be in the spirit of Ramadan, because it honestly is about spirit. It's honestly about your mental health. It's honestly about fixing your mental health and coming back to God, coming back to nature, coming back to where you belong. If you want to do that by buying a new outfit, like, I literally bought a prayer outfit. I literally bought a prayer outfit. You know, this two-piece, like, prayer outfits. I've wanted those for so long. I literally bought it. It's like these blue flowery, like it's really ugly, but I love it. It's like I will show you guys in Ramadan vlogs. You guys will see. Like it's literally this two-piece like thing. I can't wait to wear it and walk around the house. But if I want to do that, let me do that. If I want to put lights on, let me do that. If I want to romanticize Ramadan by baking something every night, because Ramadan just gets me so excited, and I get to bake something for the sake of my family because it makes me so happy that I literally want to cook dessert for my family every single night or every other night or every week, then so be it. If I want to make a flipping Biscoff cheesecake, which is quite literally the only like devil spoon that isn't locked up, that and flipping tiramisu every Ramadan, guys. But if that's something that I want to do, let me do it. Let me do it. Like, why bring people down? One thing about the Islamic community, online more than in person, like, I don't think in person, because I don't have a Muslim community that is around me enough to know if it's in person or not. But you guys tell me, I don't really know. But online, and that's why I already stepped back from Muslim TikTok. I stepped back from the Muslim side of like the online community because it's so toxic. You guys see everything as black and white. You guys make everything toxic. You guys make everything so strict and sad and boring and dull. And it's like, oh my god, like, can a person live? Like, you guys make Islam seem so bad, and you literally push people away without knowing you push people away. And I think that's just as big as a sin as any, like, a lot of other sins. Like, imagine being known to God as somebody who pushed somebody else away from Islam. Like, imagine God knowing that you pushed somebody else away from Islam because you thought you were better than them, and you yelled at them and hated on them and like constricted them and made them like believe that Islam is such a bad, not even a bad thing. I can't even find the like proper word for it. Like, it's such a like crazy, not, what's the word? Like, it's so like, you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Strict. Like, it's such a strict. No, but it is strict. No, what's the word? Like, it's so like, you know, you made it seem so. When actually it could be light. You know. I swear, there's a hadith. Don't quote me on it. There's a hadith. Where's my phone? Let me pull up the hadith. There is a hadith where I swear there's a hadith. I believe so, that the Prophet ﷺ is walking past. Hold on. Hey, I found it. There is literally a hadith, and I believe a lot of you guys need to know this hadith because it is so important for some of you Debbie Downers and some of you like toxic ass Muslims and some of you like depressing ass people. Here's a hadith. I hate that, by the way, Google now uses AI, and I really need to change using Google and Safari to, what's it? It's not called Oscar, like Ecosia. I really need to change that. But here's it. The hadith you are referring to is a hadith Qudsi, a narration where the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ shares words from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that highlights God's mercy and discourages causing despair among believers. According to a narration in Al-Adab al-Mufrad 254, which is classified as Sahih, authentic, the Prophet ﷺ came upon his companions while they were laughing and talking. The Prophet said, "By the one in whose hand is my soul, if you knew what I knew, you would laugh little and weep often." Basically saying, you shouldn't even be laughing. If you knew what I knew, you would literally never open your mouth again and never smile again. The Prophet departed, and people started weeping. So Allah Almighty revealed to him, "O Muhammad, why have you made my servants despair?" The Prophet returned and he said, "Be hopeful, be happy, and follow the right course." Do you understand that? Do you understand that? God literally said, live life, be happy, take it easy. Like, don't be so depressed all the time. Don't view Islam as such a depressing, despairing thing all the time. Like, be happy and just try your best and try to be a good Muslim and try to help people. If they don't want the help, fine, leave them alone. Like, just don't be so moody and so dull all the time. And some of you lot are like that, especially TikTok Muslims. Yeah, the TikTok Muslim community is so toxic and so despairing, and it's just like, yeah, okay, there are people out there who are sinning, right? But it's their sin to carry, and it's their burden to carry. It's on their name, it's on their balance, it's on their little thing. Key context and meaning. Balancing fear and hope. This narration came as a divine correction after the Prophet peace be upon him initially warned them, causing them to fear. It highlights that while fear of God is important, it should not lead to despair in His mercy. In summary, this hadith shows that Allah instructed the Prophet to bring joy and hope to the people rather than overwhelming them with fear. And you lot are out here overwhelming Muslims with fear, and that is not a good thing. Some people have anxiety, some people have depression that already makes life so depressing. I struggle with depression, as you guys know from the last episode. I talked about I don't want to get into that. I struggle with depression. I see this life as grey, as dull, as depressing as could be. I see this life pointless and extremely excessive and unnecessary and a stupid, unuseful, horrible thing, and we're all gonna die in the end. And I hate it. I hate being alive. I hate living. Okay, if I could choose to do it again, would I do it again? Absolutely not. Never again. Thank God reincarnation does not exist. If I'm already a depressed Muslim and I'm struggling with my deen and Ramadan is coming around the corner, and in order to lift my spirit and to lift my religion and to lift myself, I want to decorate the house and I want to put up this and I want to bake this and I want to do this and I want to make tiramisu and I want to make biscuit cheesecake and I want to do this and da, 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 da. Let me do it. Let me do it because it makes me a happy Muslim. Why can't I be a happy Muslim? Why is there like an unspoken belief for a lot of Muslims that you have to be a sad Muslim because that means that you are being tested and that means that God is testing you and that means that you are winning, right? And you are on the right path and you are a believing Muslim. But if you're a happy Muslim, you shouldn't be happy. Like as a Muslim, you shouldn't be happy and you should never be relaxed and you should never laugh and you should never feel joy and you should never be rich and you should never have your dreams come true. You should never have any of this because that means that He's not guiding you anymore. Blah, 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 blah. No, like you can be a happy Muslim. You can be a happy Muslim, you can be a light Muslim, you can be a joyful Muslim, you can see life as such a nice, joyful thing. We only get so much in this life. If a Muslim wants to be happy and romanticize Islam, let them romanticize Islam. If that's the only way they get up to pray for Fajr and the Tahajjud is because they romanticize their connection with God, then let them do it. Let them do it. Obviously, not too much to the point where it goes a bit crazy, but I don't think I've ever even heard anybody go that crazy or seen anybody go that crazy or toxic. But if they want to do that, let them do that. If you want to romanticize Ramadan, especially nowadays, especially with how corrupt the world is and how everything is coming to shit and how the world is quite literally ending right before we speak, and we might die before our dreams even come true, let me romanticize the last piece of dignity of my religion that I have left. Let me romanticize it. Some people are holding onto their faith by a thread. Okay, they are so close to leaving, and you coming online and telling them, don't do this and don't do that, don't make a biscuit cheesecake is haram, and putting lights on for Ramadan is haram, and listening to knots and this and that is haram, and doing this is haram, and wearing this and not wearing this is haram, and blah 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 is haram, and wearing makeup in Ramadan is haram. You don't know what people are going through. One hill that I would die on is that like people are not black and white, Muslims are not black and white. Islam may be very clear and concise and black and white and easy, but that doesn't mean we make religion easy for ourselves. We are very complicated human beings. We are so complicated and we are also flipping different. We are so different to each other and we are so much more complex than like we perceive ourselves. Very complex creatures and we're very unique creatures in the sense that not everything is black and white. Not everything is black and white, guys. Yes, there is to the point where it's like hell and heaven, good and bad. But there's also context of what if this person was a horrible person, but then they did this good thing? Does that mean that they'll go to heaven? Or like, what if this person never prayed it in their life, but then they committed this amazing good deed that is like, how could they not be rewarded for that? You know, that woman that was a prostitute who literally fed cat water and she got into heaven. It literally makes us believe that getting into heaven is not that difficult, but also Islam, you shouldn't make Islam so difficult for yourself and you shouldn't make it difficult for other people because that's what you're doing. When you're not letting people be happy, when you're not letting Muslims, young Muslims be happy, let us be happy about being Muslim. Let us be happy about praying. Let us be happy that, oh my God, for the first time in 6 months, I finally woke up for Fajr. Let me be happy about that instead of judging me for that, instead of coming down for me on that. Like, somebody will come online and literally be like, oh my God, it's been 6 months, but today I finally, after trying so hard, woke up for Fajr and the Hajj. This is your sign to not give up, and you can do it, and you can believe in it, like, keep going. Like, this is my story, and this is how it happened. And then some people will comment and be like, you don't even wear the hijab, though. You don't even wear the hijab, though. You're wearing a short sleeve, you're showing skin, though. Like, oh, but like, imagine not reading namaz imagine not waking up for Fajr for 6 months, though. Oh, because you're so perfect. Because you're so amazing and you're so wonderful. Excuse me? Excuse me? Excuse me? Some of us are struggling. Don't get me wrong, I used to be, my camera is literally dying. I used to be somebody that was like very judgmental too when I was younger, because I wasn't a good Muslim, but I did everything my parents told me to do, right? But then you grow up and you go through life experiences and you realize how difficult life can be, and how different type of tests everybody gets, and life is so complex, and people's minds are so complex, and sometimes for some people, some of our biggest battles in life is our mental health. It's not anything physical that happens to us, it's literally our mental health. Depression could be your biggest battle. It could be your big depression could literally be the reason you get into heaven, but it could also be your biggest sin that you always carry, but it could also be the reason why you sin, but it could also be the reason why God forgives you. You don't know. Okay? So why are we making Islam so unattractive and so harsh on people and so like aggressive? If I was somebody who was interested in Islam and trying to revert to Islam, and I went on TikTok and I went to the online community that is on the internet today, oh, I would be put off so bad. I would be put off so bad. I would be put off so bad, because you lot are so judgmental and so rude and so boring and so aggressive in the way that you talk. And it's mostly these TikTok sheikhs and these TikTok men, but also very like there's women in there too. I hate to say it. I hate to say it, but there's women there too who are just so rude. And it's just like, guys, you don't have to make Islam so difficult on yourself. It can feel difficult and it can be difficult, but you don't have to make it so difficult for other people. You don't have to be so rude to other people too. Like, where does it say judge other Muslims, hate on other Muslims, be harsh to other Muslims just because you pray all five of your prayers, and you've been praying all five of your prayers your whole life and you've never once struggled with that, you're gonna judge somebody else and you're gonna hate on them and tell them how easy it is, and how, oh, why can't you just get up and do it? For somebody who's been struggling with it their whole life. Excuse me? Excuse me? You may not struggle with prayer, but you may struggle for waking up for tahajjud, for voluntary prayers, or you may struggle to fast, or you may struggle to do zikr enough, or do istighfar enough, or you may struggle to open the Quran enough. Yeah, exactly. Or be a good person, or have good thoughts, or have a clean mind and a clean heart. And I'm not saying this as somebody who's perfect myself. I'm literally preaching this because I am as imperfect as you could possibly be. I'm quite literally the most imperfect Muslim that you could possibly be. That's why I'm saying this, is that if somebody wants to romanticize Islam and romanticize Ramadan, as young people, we should be romanticizing it. We literally should be romanticizing it. And that is the last thing I'm gonna say. This is your reminder. Romanticize it, bro. Not in a sense of like, do you understand what romanticization means? I know women understand it, but do men understand this concept? Because I feel like men are so thick, they don't understand it. The ego gets in the way of like understanding things. Like, I want to romanticize it. Romanticize it. We should. We should make it. We should make Ramadan seem like such a nice time of the month, such a kind time of the month, such a lovely time of the month, bro. So that when you have kids, or if you have friends who are not Muslims and they see it like this, and they're like, oh my god, look how nice Muslims have Ramadan. Look how nice they make it seem. Like, look how beautiful it looks, and it feels, and it must feel so nice. And then maybe you never know, they get intrigued by you. You never know where that goes. Or just like, if you ever have children and you want to make sure that they don't feel the same way you felt growing up, where our celebrations and our religion just seemed so bad and toxic and strict compared to other religions. But it doesn't have to be that way. You know what I mean? Just because it's different, it doesn't mean that it's bad or that it's strict or that it's horrible. Don't get me wrong, there are obviously things that we do and we shouldn't do, right? But if you want your kids to feel happy that Ramadan is coming about, to feel excited about Eid, to feel excited about the fact that we're fasting and we're gonna donate to charity and we're gonna pray every day and we're gonna read and we try to finish Quran in 30 days, like imagine how exciting you can make that look for your kids or your younger siblings or whatever it is. Just like this is the month where you try to rack up as much good deeds as you can and you try to be the best Muslim as you can so that the rest of the year you can continue on being the better version of yourself and being that whatever good deeds and goodness you rack up in Ramadan, the aim is to at the end to continue that throughout the year. It's not to completely cut it off when Ramadan is over. It's to carry that on to the rest of your life until inshallah you see the next Ramadan and so many more Ramadans after that. That's what kids should be hearing. That's what they should be like listening to. That's what their parents should be telling them. Ramadan's coming, guys. I'll be excited about trying to finish the Quran as quick as possible and trying to get good deeds from God, like trying to understand Quran. Like, are we excited about like praying extra so we get extra rewards so that we can get to heaven and we can get so much when we get to heaven? Are we excited about the concept of asking for forgiveness? Like, this is a one time Shaitan is locked up and we can literally ask for forgiveness and repent. Like, isn't that such a generous concept? Like, Ramadan is such a generous thing that we have been given by God. God literally could have said, like, no, literally just go through the rest of your life as Muslims and don't do this. But this is what Islam is. It's about generosity. It's about feeling lighter. It's about kindness. It's about trying to better yourself and becoming a better Muslim, but also just taking it easy and viewing Islam as a good thing, seeing Islam as being excited about the concept of being excited about Islam is something so rare that only kids are excited about it. We as adults are not excited about Islam anymore. We're not excited about the concept that there are special nights that God has given us where you can literally make any dua that you want and it will literally come true. Like Laylatul Qadr literally exists. And we just don't feel excited about religion. We just don't feel excited about Islam. We just don't see that anymore. Anyways, my camera is dying, so I might continue this onto my phone. I think oh my god, did it die? It's literally dying in like 2 seconds, so I might continue this onto my phone, or I think I should end it off here. All in all, to say, yeah, to you toxic depressing Muslims out there, yeah, if you want to be toxic and depressing and if you want to view Islam as such a solemn, sad, aggressive thing, then so be it, okay? But if other people want to be excited about their religion and be happy and like for once feel happy that they are Muslim and excited about it, then let them feel it, even if they're not the best, even if they're not wearing the hijab, or even if they don't dress right, or even if they don't even like pray all 5 of their prayers. Let Muslims be happy. Hashtag let Muslims be happy. Because you lot are not letting other Muslims feel happy just because you're not happy. Just because you're not happy and you're not going through what you should be going through and you're not excited about it doesn't mean you should bring other people down. Like, let us be happy that we have Islam, that we are Muslims. Like, how many of us are actually happy that we're Muslim? I'm sure we're grateful, but are you actually happy that you are Muslim? Do you feel happiness? Do you feel peace? Do you feel comfort? Do you feel joy? Do you feel excitement that when you die as a Muslim, you will get to heaven? Like, Ramadan is a reminder for so many struggling Muslims. Hello, get down. Hello, get down from this dunya. Come to Ramadan. Come, open the gates. Here's Ramadan. Walk through. Look, this is what Islam is. We have the Quran and we have our hadiths and we have our teachings and we have our surahs that have different meanings and we have dressing modestly and what it actually means and how it might make you feel, and you have your own journey through life. Like, walk through these gates and feel Ramadan, feel the spirit and the connection of Islam again. Like, Ramadan is an opportunity for so many struggling Muslims to go through those gates and to feel what it's like to be a Muslim again. And some of you don't understand that, and some of you don't get that, and some of you are so depressing and so moody and so like, oh, vibes ruined. Like, literally vibes ruined. Like, guys, Let people romanticize Ramadan. I will romanticize Ramadan. I will romanticize the fact that I will wake up for Fajr and Tahajjud every day and open my Quran and read Surah Baqarah every day because I know that it brings blessings to your life. If this isn't a sign that I literally talk too much, and this is why I struggle to edit episodes because I take too long in flipping. Oh my god, I look like this the whole time and nobody told me. What was I saying? Yeah. If somebody wants to feel happy about their religion, if somebody wants to romanticize being a Muslim because it's the only way that they get shit done and it's the only way that they do things, let them do it. Let them do it. Why do you have to be such stinky Susans? Why do you have to be such moody Margarets? Why do you have to be such Debbie Downers? Like, guys, let people be happy that they're Muslim. Let people celebrate the fact that they woke up today and they're Muslim. What was I saying? I was saying, yeah, Ramadan is a chance for so many struggling Muslims to get back up on their feet again and hopefully, inshallah, carry that through the rest of Ramadan. I know for one, that's what I'm using Ramadan for. Ramadan is my one-way ticket to getting back on my feet. Like, this is my chance. Like, let me get back up. Let me fix my ground. But you lot act like you guys know everything. And you guys online act like you guys are the pinnacle of Islam. Yes, we have our hadiths and we have what is stated in the Quran. Yes, I know the hijab is mandatory. I know, but that is my sin to carry. That is my battle. That is my journey. That is my struggle that I am going through. It is literally none of your business. Like, I hate to say it, but it's none of your business. So if I want to get online and I want to talk about something that excites me about Islam, or I found something really fun, or I want to spread goodness and sunnah and good deeds and stuff like that, and the only thing that you can comment on my TikTok, you're not wearing a hijab. Why are you not hijabi though? Why are you not hijabi though? Why are you not hijabi though? Then actually go screw yourself. Actually, no, but like actually log off, shut down, and maybe go pray. I don't know, like go like think about your life choices and your life decisions. And people hide behind they hide behind the phones and they hide behind the I'm just advising you and I'm just advising you and I'm just telling you and I'm just telling you, and they're like, oh, they bring Quran verses in it. You, by the way, use mass manipulation technique of Muslim men using Quran verses as manipulation techniques, using Quran verses as harassment and manipulation techniques and gaslighting techniques. You know that guy? That was that guy. What was his name? Idris or something? His account was like Idris or something, and his account was literally his like figure, and he was literally commenting on every hijabi girl's post. Which, by the way, that means that your whole For You page is full of hijabis and full of, no, sorry, I don't want to say hijabis because that's not a real word and I don't believe in that. Women with hijabs. Oh, Fifi is just a bird, babe. And he would literally just comment that. I can't even remember what verse it was. I don't remember what verse it was. Oh no. I can't remember what verse it was, but he would literally just go onto TikToks of Muslim girls. You would always find it in a woman wearing a hijab's TikTok section. That one guy, and he would come up to the point where people were mocking it and people were making fun of him and people were making TikToks about the fact that he's doing it, because he would come onto people's For You page, literally harass their comment section with that. That's what you're doing. Imagine using a Quran verse to not preach, to not spread joy or happiness of Islam, to not spread information, but to harass women instead. To harass women instead, and by just commenting that verse, no explanation, no like, oh my god, like no nothing, just every TikTok comment, which also means, like I just said, that your whole For You page is girls. Why is your whole For You page girls for you to comment that? First of all, oh, you're posting yourself for men to see. Why are you seeing it? Why are you seeing it, and why are you not scrolling past and minding your business if it's such a big sin? Videos every single time. It's like, why are you following girls though? Why is your For You page filled with women? If you're such a good Muslim, your For You page wouldn't even be filled with. In fact, if you're such a good Muslim, you wouldn't even have TikTok because it's a music app. It has music on it. It's literally, that's what it's for. That's why it's created dance challenges and stuff. Hello, Charlie D'Amelio, anybody? Oh, but like, shall we just stop advising people, and shall we stop advising, as Muslims we're supposed to advise and we're supposed to give tips and tricks and stuff like that? No, but there's a way that you guys don't have good intentions. I know for a fact none of you don't have good intentions. You don't have good intentions. You just want an excuse to judge. You just want an excuse to write hateful things to women, hate on women, hate on everything that they do, criticize them, make them feel like, oh, make they don't want me to talk about it. Make them feel like they want to kill themselves, and just so you can feel better about yourself. I know you feel so happy and giddy when when you type that text. I know you do. I know you do when you type that comment. You feel so happy about yourself. So I don't know. Come see, comes on. 6 7. Like, what are you doing? What was I even talking about? Advising, and then 6 7. What were we talking about, guys? Muslims, Ramadan, TikTok. Yeah, I'm getting it back. It's coming back to me. It's coming back to me. Yeah, 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 yeah. I think that's all I have to say. So here's the reminder to myself first and then others. If somebody is happy that Ramadan is coming, if somebody wants to put lights up, if somebody finds joy and they're not really necessarily look the part or play the part, let them feel joy and stop judging, stop hating, stop criticizing, flip it, mind your business. Mind your flipping business, babe. Mind your business. But I'm telling you, for your own mental health, if you're on that side, leave it. Leave it. Just leave it. You might as well be on the white people side. You might as well be on any other side. Like, I'm literally on American side of TikTok. Literally, like, on my TikTok was literally all Bad Bunny. And they went in my photo, this is only the beginning of a Ramadan series of Ramadan episodes. I can't wait. Do I need to put more blush on? Because I feel like this. I'm so sick and tired of Muslims hating on other Muslims. Guys, people already hate us enough. People already literally hate us enough. White people literally hate us enough. Okay. 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 Imagine listening to this without like visuals and me just saying okay for 5 seconds straight. What am I doing? But okay. We're gonna talk about so much more next time. So for now, I'm gonna log off and I'm gonna go eat because I'm actually starving. But thank you so much for watching and listening to episode 6. Um yeah, I hope you enjoyed. Let me know your thoughts below. Even if you want to hate, do it. Great. Love that for you. Let me know also what topics do you guys want me to discuss. I'll see you guys in the next episode. Okay, bye bye.